This is, of course, the Big Apple Film Festival in New Jersey. This festival was originally scheduled to take place back in May at the Sinopolis Theater in Chelsea, and hopefully we'll be back there eventually. But really appreciate that you came out to support independent film tonight here at Demarest Farms and the Big Apple Film Festival. So thank you. Okay, if any of the filmmakers are here and in attendance and would like to come up for a few minutes, feel free to come on up if you are here. So here we are with our first filmmaker who's going to be chatting for a few minutes about his film. So if you want to introduce yourself and tell us about your film.
Sure. Thank you, John. I mentioned the other night, I really appreciate the effort that you guys put forth in bringing a physical aspect to this in a really difficult time. I made the film What Have You Done? It's in following my themes, it's kind of a cautionary tale about people who are not quite what they seem. You'll see the film shortly. It's a politician who's gone extraordinarily wrong, not necessarily intended to be a commentary on today's political world when I wrote it, but it's kind of following a bit of a trend. I had a fantastic cast and crew. I cast 2 awesome actors, New York TV film actors, and a crew of friends who came and volunteered for me. Same crews I've had for a couple short films now. And it was a blast. I'm so excited to be here tonight and show this. I had a blast yesterday on the Zoom Q&A. This is my second time screening with the Smiler as well. We were together at another festival. So thank you everyone for coming out. This is awesome. Thank you, John and team. This is an awesome event.
Let me just ask you, after tonight, where can it be seen again? Any other festivals, distribution plans?
At the moment, we're pending a bunch of festivals. It's going to be also screening at the New Jersey Horror Con and Film Festival, which keeps getting pushed back, as everything else does. Right now, I think that's now next March. Probably by then, I'll have it out on YouTube and Vimeo. Looking for a late fall, early winter release for that.
And any other projects you're currently working on at the moment?
Writing a lot and kind of developing my pitch as a feature pitch for this in preparation for putting it further out into the world. I'm not sure if another actual filmmaking project would be another short or if I'm going to kind of dive into the feature world. But at the moment, I'm writing. I actually did do a little quarantine film that I shot remotely that I'm editing now. And it's a bit experimental, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay. The film is The Smiler, and you're going to see it in just a few moments. Thank you. We have a filmmaker with us, and your name is?
I'm Sarah Totis.
Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
So, Sarah, maybe you could tell us a little about the inspiration behind your film.
Sure. Thank you. So my film is GAMP, which stands for Gwen and Mina's Puppetopia, and it's a dark comedy live action short. It's a pilot for what will hopefully be a TV show or series someday. And the inspiration was when I graduated from college, I fell into this very strange puppet show company in Hoboken, New Jersey. And I ended up years later starting my own puppet show company. And it's a wild world, and so much funny stuff happens, especially when there's, a lot of darkness and struggle in the world. And then you're dealing with puppets and felt and googly eyes all day. So for years, I've actually been working on this for about a decade. And for years, I was just like, someone needs to know about this funny world, and.
And what were some of the challenges in developing this project?
Wow. I've been literally writing and rewriting the script for a decade, so it's kind of like whatever's happening in my life, the tone of that would be folded into this story. And I guess some of the challenges were figuring out how to strike the tone between this absurd, goofy world and something more serious with a lot of character-based drama and underlying tension between the 2 sisters.
Cool.
Yeah.
And in the crazy age of COVID that we're in at the moment, how are your distribution plans going? Do you have anything mapped out? How you're planning to release it? if you do create more episodes, how are you going to get it out there?
Yeah, I mean, you're right that it's such a wild time now. We're looking for partnership to make the rest of the episodes. We made this first one as a bit of a proof of concept, and we really are looking for platforms or distribution to make more. And of course, everything is always changing with distribution platforms. So, let alone times of a global pandemic, it's a challenge. But I feel like doing events like this and keeping it going, building an audience and really giving people something to get excited about is the best way to move forward. So I have kind of dreams about making, a theater truck that has puppets on it and can stream films. Like, that's my big plan, but we'll see.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And lastly, let me just ask you, other than GAMP, do you have any other projects in the works right now?
I have been developing actually more of this season, and that's where most of my energy has gone, is to getting together a really tight, coherent arc for season 1 of this. But I always have other ideas kind of in my brain, but that's the one that's the most developed at this point.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, and we have our virtual festival tomorrow,
Yes.
so if you're available, do a Q&A on Zoom as well.
Yeah.
And that would be great.
Yeah.
All right, so Sarah, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you for
Congrats
doing
on
this.
your film. Thank you.
You guys did an amazing job with
Do
it.
you want?
Thank you.
You want to get a picture? We have our next filmmaker. If you want to introduce yourself and tell us which is your film.
Sure. My name is Greg Blake. My film is The Smiler. It's a sort of a story about a couple who's working on their relationship, who go to an Airbnb style hotel situation kind of deal, and they're haunted by a mysterious witch, and you're gonna see that.
What was the inspiration behind the making of the film?
The inspiration, there's a few different inspirations. Initially, it was just I had an idea in my head of what it would be like to go to an Airbnb and quickly discover things are not what they should be or what you expected. It's just kind of like a nugget of an idea, and kind of expanded it from there.
After tonight, where can we see it? Is it going to be released, distributed?
No plans to distribute right now. The goal is to try to expand this. It's actually already a full-length screenplay that we've written. So the objective from here is to get the screenplay turned into a movie and make a full-length feature.
And last question, any future films that you're working on? Any new projects?
I have some ideas. I'm really in a very, as Mike was mentioning, it's a very like writing phase at the moment. So that's kind of what I'm focused on. Just writing right now.
All right, well, the films are coming up now, so enjoy, and thank you to our filmmakers who are here with us, and thank you to all of our attendees. Really appreciate you being here for our first drive-in. So thanks, enjoy. Okay, so from the film Going Both Ways, we have the filmmakers. I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and tell us the inspiration for your project.
Cool. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Going Both Ways and our team, some of our team. We call them the Pillars because we couldn't have done it without them. I'm Adam Stone.
And I'm Todd Stone.
And guys, introduce yourselves. Does that mic work? Let's see. Yeah, do it.
Hello, I'm Stephen Mosley. I'm the director of this project.
Hey, Kyle Moriwaki, DP and score for the show.
Yeah, and we're so excited to be in the festival and for you guys to see it tonight. And it is based on kind of our real lives. And we won't give it away, maybe. Or maybe we should, whatever. Okay.
Let's not give it away. We're just so excited to be here. Is that cool? Do you want any more specific questions, or?
Yeah, I was just asking like the inspiration behind the film, how it all came together.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we don't want to ruin it, really, but we'll just give it away. Okay. So I guess we're identical twins.
You can't see because his mask is on, but that's okay. You'll believe it.
So yeah, but we really are identical twins, even though we don't look exactly the same anymore. But baby pictures are really, you can't tell us apart. Anyway.
Thanks for clapping, Mom, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, go twins. Thanks, Mom. Anyway, so I came out like 5 years ago or so. And so this was kind of in my early 30s. And so this is kind of a story. We're also comedians. And so this is kind of a comedic approach to my coming out. and then right as Adam started having a family with kids, and the juxtaposition of
Yes,
that.
of twins and going kind of different life paths, but also being so close that we kind of can't separate. Hence the title. And I was lucky to work with these two guys and a couple others, and we talked about it, and they were so kind to be part of it, and they got excited by it, and we just kind of joined forces, and we couldn't have done any of this without them, and that's about it. But guys, do you want to?
Yeah, this was a years-long project, and I mean, we've made videos before, but this was so unique because we had a serious, like, professional team that we're Adam's friends and have definitely become my friends, that he met at work, and here are two of them.
Yeah. I met Adam at True TV. I was a producer there, and he's in the social media world. And I remembered him. I was like, yo, I know this guy. And I remember him from Last Comic Standing when I was in college and being a big fan. They didn't get as far as they should have gone, in my opinion.
Thank you.
But hopefully that this film and this work will get them there.
Oh, thank you.
And we also have here in the car crowd, we have Steve Morey, who's our producer, who we could not have done any of this without. And then there's also our fourth pillar who could not make it tonight, is Ryan Crum, and he was our editor, and also, you know, wore many hats.
And our fifth most important person is Maria Wood. She is here. So forget about the other guy we mentioned and think about Maria, who was amazing. She did set design, makeup, all that stuff. So that's about it. Is that it?
And I guess just the one. And when can we see it? When's it going to be out? Is it going to be released?
Well, you can see it here, which is good. And then we made 5 episodes. I think you're going to see 3 here, and you can see it. We're working on more details and pitching it around, building it out. And you can also see it on our website, goingbothwayshow.com, and on all of our social media platforms. We go by Stone and Stone, so you can find it there at Stone and Stone on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and that kind of thing. So we're really excited to be here. Thanks for having us, and we hope you enjoy it.
Cool. All right. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. You wanna? Okay. Okay, welcome. You want to introduce yourself? How you
Yeah,
doing?
my
Tell us.
name is John Solo, and I'm the director and producer of My Ex-Girlfriend is Dating a Hipster Chef. Yeah, it was inspired because I own a restaurant in Astoria, Queens, and I've seen a lot of, the gentrification and all the changes happening, and I know a lot of the locals, and I've seen how they are reacting to what they call the new Astoria coming in. So I thought it'd be interesting to find a character who is a local guy, grew up in the neighborhood, and a hipster celebrity chef coming in. And first step is taking his ex-girlfriend, and it just gets worse and worse as the episodes go on. Here we're up to, I think, episode 5.
Cool. And after the festival circuit, where can we see it next? Any other festivals or being distributed?
Yeah, I mean, it's going through the New York Short Film Festival, and I think I'm just going to continue doing it. I have a nice little following going on in Astoria under my Instagram of John Solo NYC, and people kind of follow it and watch it. And there's been a lot of stories similar to this happening, and I think people appreciate it.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Okay. You wanna... All right. Checks out. Okay. If you want to introduce yourself, tell us which is your film and a little bit about the inspiration behind it.
I'm Matt Costasolda. And I'm Brian Goodhart, and we did a web series called Coup. Yep. And the inspiration for it, I don't know, we just it's just something we came up with out of the blue. It's about a questionably intelligent president with autocratic tendencies. Bad things happen to him. So, yeah.
And after the festival circuit, where can we see it next?
Right now, we're only running the festival circuit, so as soon as it's online, you'll be able to see it. But you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram if you want to. We're at Hello Emercon, HELLO EMERCON. Hello, Americon.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you very much. And we'll invite up our next director.
Thanks for having us.
Sure. Of course. Definitely. Okay. You want to introduce yourself and tell us about
Thank you.
film is
Short. I'm
Baby
the
Hers.
shorty. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Susan,
thank
right?
you.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi. I'm. Okay. I'm waiting. Okay. Hi. I'm Susan Rosenzweig. I'm apparently the token female director here tonight, anyway, which I'm very proud to be. I'm the writer, director, producer, props for Baby Hers, which is a short documentary about motherhood and factory farming, which seem to be odd things together to put together, but actually are very, very common combination.
And what was your inspiration behind wanting to make the project?
So I became aware about 5 years ago about an unknown, very, very well hidden fact about the dairy industry, which is that cows don't just make milk, which I feel foolish admitting as many years as I've been an animal lover that I did not realize that. I just thought cows made milk. But actually they are mothers, and the only reason they produce milk is for their babies. And when I found out how we get milk, I felt really angry and betrayed that it had been hidden from me, and I wanted to be able to share the information in a as kind of level, straightforward way as possible, that people could get the information for themselves and make their own decisions about what kind of choices they want to make out in shopping and health and that kind of stuff.
Cool. And finally, after the festival circuit, how is it going to be out in the world? Is it going to be distributed? Is there a place we can see it next?
Well, hopefully, yes. It's this is the third festival that we've been in. We're going to be in the American Documentary and Animation Film Festival next month. It was supposed to be in Palm Springs, but I'm very excited to be here because this is the only one that's actually happening live. So thank you all for being here. It's a big deal for me. And I'm back in New York after 5 years of being away, so I feel like I'm home. So we'll still be in. It'll be online again next month, and then hopefully get some distribution to get it out elsewhere.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Susan.
Yeah.
Susan Rosenzweig and Baby Hers. Thank you.
Thank you.
From Texas.
Yes, from Austin, Texas, representing.
Very cool. All right. From our closing night feature film, Sleepless, we have Michael de Blasio. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
So, Michael, tell us a little about the inspiration behind this story of two insomniacs.
Yeah, so, it's pretty, not a big leap of logic. I was walking around one morning, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, decided to go out for a walk, found the only place that was open for coffee, and then I just thought, well, what if two people who couldn't sleep met under these circumstances, and then kind of just wrote the script and first draft probably in like a day, and then just worked on it from there.
Cool. And as you'll all see, the film is shot in black and white. What was the purpose for the black and white production?
Yeah, so there's two reasons for that, primarily. The first was, I was talking with a filmmaker friend of mine, and we were talking through the challenges of shooting a low-budget feature, briskly and keeping up quality. And he actually came up with the suggestion of shooting black and white to make it a little easier to control light, especially given that we were going to be shooting from very early in the morning and having to match a lot of light if we shot color. And then also, when we were thinking about it, it just seemed to make a lot of sense, especially at the beginning of the film when we meet the characters. They're in a more black and white mindset. It's the quiet of the pre-dawn hours, and things are just a little bit more stark. So
this is a very New York film. Would you say that the city somehow is sort of is a character in the film as well in some ways?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, New York's been my home for 18 years now, and I think I've over time settled into really thinking about how the city, and in this film particularly, our corner of Brooklyn, Windsor Terrace, Prospect Park area, really letting that be a character or a part of the film. And it's also one of those things you make use of what you have, and there are so many beautiful locations that I kind of just recognize here and there over time. And again, trying to stretch a dollar, how can we do something nice on a budget? And it's like, well, if we know this a scene could look really beautiful in this frame, let's set the scene there. And so New York kind of had its own input in that way as well.
Great. And following tonight's screening, where can it be seen next? More festivals, distribution?
Yeah, well, right now we're hoping to play in a few more festivals. We're waiting to hear for the rest of the year how that might shake out, and then regardless, we're hoping to definitely be on VOD probably the first half of next year.
All right. Thank you very much, Michael de Blasio from our closing night feature film, The Sleepless. Thank you.
Well, can I just?
Oh, sure, of course. Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to give a shout out to my wife and executive producer and star of the film, female lead, Sophia. This is Rebecca Darren-Ellis.
Oh, okay. Hi. And let me just, I'll just ask you as well. Were you in part of the very beginning of the project? Did you come on afterwards? How did that come about?
Yeah, can you not hear me? We work together on all of our films, and I usually come on in the script development phase.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Eric, if you could tell us a bit about the film Chalk, the inspiration for it.
Yeah, so Chalk started actually as a part of a one-act festival in New York. A friend of mine came up with a theater program kind of thing where every month they have a theme and you write a short play based on the theme, and that theme that year was film noir. And I thought, well, what do you see in film noirs a lot, which is kind of like a chalk outline of a body. And I thought, well, what if that chalk outline was an actual person? So it kind of grew out of that, and it was so fun and weird that we decided we have to make this into a short. And then the next 4 years was kind of spent doing that. So
cool.
Yeah.
And who else do we have with us as well?
This is.
Hi, I'm Natalie Palumbo. I was the art director, VFX compositor, and motion graphics designer for the film Chalk.
Cool. Natalie, how did you and Eric connect on this film? How did this all come together?
Eric got in contact with me because of a recommendation from another filmmaker that I worked with previously. Long story short, he really wanted some help on how to composite effects into the film to really bring the concept to life. When he described the overall concept to me, I just fell in love with the idea, and it pretty much took all summer in order to properly color correct and apply effects. And essentially, there's a term in animation circles, bumping the lamp, which refers to the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And I kind of went the extra mile with adding certain effects to maintain continuity and make sure that you really felt immersed into the story. And beyond that, I just had a lot of fun with it.
Cool. All right. And Eric, can you tell us where we can see the film after the festival circuit? Is it getting distribution, or you continue on with more festivals?
Yeah, we still have it in the festival market for a few more things. The next festival you'll be able to see it at is actually an online premiere at the LA Shorts International Film Festival, which is in October. There's still TBA on that as far as the actual dates, but sometime in October.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
Awesome. Eric Whitten. All right, from the film Borrowing, we have Joe Stromowski. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, man.
So Joe, can you tell us first a little bit about the inspiration behind the making of Borrowing?
Absolutely. The inspiration from Borrowing came from a short story that was penned by our lead actor, Jill DeMonstoy, that was kind of based on the personal experiences of somebody she knows very well. And then she and I have known each other for a very, very long time. She's actually my sister-in-law, and our executive producer is my older brother, Jerry. So Jill and I have been looking for something to work on together for, as long as we both worked in the industry. And when she shared the short with me, she kind of asked me, I thought it had legs, because we could develop it out, and immediately I knew, this thing has a lot of legs. It has the room to grow, not just to a short, but eventually this could be a feature if you give it the right love and let the characters develop in the way they really need to.
Can I ask, is Jill here as well?
Jill is here as well.
Can we invite up Jill as well?
Jill, come on up.
Okay, hi Jill. Thanks for being here.
There you are.
Okay, this is Jill Demonstoy from the film Borrowing. If you want to tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind writing the film, what was your...
Whoops, I'm a shorty. I think he just told you a little bit about the inspiration, personal stories. And also, I've been an actress for 20 years. So I'm a big believer in make your own work. So that's really pretty much what put it in gear for me.
Very cool. Okay. And after this evening, where can we see it next? Are you guys doing more festivals? Any sort of distribution?
Our next virtual is going to be Burbank International Film Festival. We got into that one, which I think is Friday, September 11th.
It is.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. I want to thank you both. Okay, Joe and Jill, thank you so much, and we're looking forward. Yeah, and we're looking forward to seeing the film.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you so much.